Welcome to Blog Talk Radio in high fidelity.
Goldilocks Productions is dedicated to provide professional internet TV and radio shows in the spiritual, metaphysical, paranormal, and new age genre. The show hosts are an elite team of holistic practitioners, healers, galactic shamans, psychic mediums, spiritual and metaphysical teachers that are powerful light workers assisting in this ascension process by unlocking the consciousness of the listeners to restore balance between mind, body, and soul.
Hello, everyone. This is show producer, Tiffany White, Sage Woman. Just hold on. Be patient with us, please. We're trying to get James on now. He was unmuted. I don't know if he was trying to speak or not. But anyway, we'll work out the little sound issues. And thank you, the callers that have called in. Please remain on the line. And welcome to the second show, the second episode of the Paranormal Psychic Show. And we'll get James on in just one moment. Let's see if he is here. Hello, James.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right, so, yeah, I can hear you fine now. All right, great. All right, so have a great show. Turn it over to you.
Oh, okay. See what I can do here. This is James. I'm putting on, the Paranormal Psychic Show. This is James. A little about me. I'm a ghost hunter and a psychic, which really comes in handy. Ghost hunting is when you're looking for ghosts, you can kind of feel out where they're at and almost communicate with them too sometimes. But out here, hey, on my blog there, I put down about people sending in questions about the paranormal and anything like that. And I got a couple of questions about, actually, someone was asking if they're ghost animals. I myself think there are. I've seen them. Like, maybe pets that have passed or moving into new places. I've ran into people who talk about seeing like cats, dogs, other things out of a corner of their eye, or seeing just the shadows of them running around the house. So I do believe that. And what else we got here? And let's see what else we got. And someone was asking if shadows are bad. Not really bad, I don't think. I mean, you're walking around, maybe spirits kind of making its presence known. Because like with most ghosts, I don't think they're evil like they show in the movie or movies or such. A lot of times it's just, they're there and they know you're there, and a lot of times they want you to know they're there, so they'll move stuff around, open and shut doors, just kind of letting you know they are there. I mean, if this is kind of scaring you, you can always ask them to stop, and usually they will. Sometimes you'll have like relatives come back and maybe let you know they're doing okay. And a lot of times they'll move like your keys around or turn on and off lights just to let you know they're okay on the other side. I've seen that. Okay. And someone was asking too about haunted items, and I do believe there are haunted items out there. Some of them are connected to people. Maybe they have good or bad memories associated with the item. And we did an investigation with my group. It's Fort Wayne Paranormal. It's on Facebook if you want to look up, see some of our photos. But we had someone call up and they were telling us about they had all this stuff happening in their house where when they wake up, like books would be pulled out or stacked up, or like lady had like stuffed animals that were moved around the house. And it happened every morning, and she thought someone had broken in, but the door was locked and nothing valuable was missing. So she called us up and asked if we knew what was going on. Then I'd asked her if she had bought anything recently, I mean, like antique-ish like, and she said, well, she had bought there was a wooden horse like a little baby would play on, handmade, and it was probably from the 1800s. And I was telling her maybe that was the thing, so she had put it in a special place, and in the morning it had moved to a different place, and everything was pulled out again. So I told her she should put this item in the garage or somewhere else, and you see if it happened. She'd moved it out to the garage, and everything in their house was okay, but everything in the garage was moved around. Like someone was out there moving stuff around, but she ended up selling it on eBay, and I asked her, I said, well, did you let people know it might be haunted? She said when she had mentioned that, she made about 4 times what it was worth because everyone wanted the haunted rocking horse, and she wanted to get rid of it and made quite a bit on that. So that worked out halfway decent for her. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Okay. Someone wants to know what a residual haunting is compared to a normal or a regular haunting, I guess. Well, residual haunting is pretty much it's like something replaying over again. It's like if something bad had happened in a house at a certain time every day, it would replay itself. And usually that happens at a certain time, and the same thing happens every day. That would be like residual haunting. The normal haunting would be like stuff being moved around, or like spirits walking by through the house at various times in various places, or more than one spirit moving around. What we got here? Okay. Someone wants to know if cemeteries are haunted. Well, for the most part, you would think they would be because all the bodies lying were interned there. But for the most part, not so much, because most people who are buried, usually they're given a good funeral and everything is done right, But usually on the older cemeteries, what makes them haunted is, because back in the day, if you were, depending on your race or maybe you committed suicide or other reasons, you weren't allowed to be buried in the churchyard, so they would bury you on the outside of the cemetery where the ground wasn't concentrated. So your spirit would pretty much be lost out there. And that's usually where on the corners of the cemetery where they bury people, usually at halftime and even have headstones, is where you'd find most of your hauntings. Okay, and do ghosts drain the batteries out of your flashlights and electricity and all that? Actually, from what I've found, they actually do. Because I've been on ghost hunting where you have new flashlight batteries, camera batteries, recorder batteries. I mean, you're walking through somewhere and your camera goes dead, your recorder goes dead, and your flashlight goes dead. And I always say, bring extra flashlights, extra batteries. I had that happen to me in a certain part of the cemetery when we were walking through it. And when I got out of the cemetery, the camera, the flashlight, everything that had went dead previously worked perfectly. So, I mean, I could see one item, but all three, I don't know what to think about that. Okay. What else we have here? Okay, okay. About Ouija boards too. Are they dangerous to use? And actually, Ouija boards, you don't even want to go near them. They're very bad to mess with. I know they make toys. I think Parker Brothers makes Ouija board in pink, what's really ridiculous. But yeah, the Ouija board, pretty much what you're doing is you're reaching out into the darkness trying to pull someone through. And when you're doing that, it's like, it'd be like dialing your cell phone hoping to hear from a relative. And when you bring this, whatever it is, through, it will tell you anything you want to hear just to get its foot pretty much in your door. Because a lot of times a Ouija board acts as a porthole where, I mean, you're inviting them into your home, and once you get them in your home, you almost, it's really hard to get rid of them again, so you're inviting them right in. Let's see what we got here. Okay, about all these ghost shows too, a lot of people are like, well, I watch Ghost Hunters or Zach Bagans or all these shows. Are they real? And for the most part, not really. Because the more they have happening, the better ratings they get. So a lot of stuff they find is up to the director. Because after they film the show, the director can add in their own phenomenal happenings just to help their ratings out. I really don't watch the ghost shows because, I don't know, I'd rather do it in person and see the real thing than more of the fake stuff going on. Okay. Last show I talked about the little girl I seen when I started doing the ghost hunting thing in front of my car. And if you go onto my page, Paranormal Psychics, I actually had that picture posted. And the whole thing with that was I was going to work about 5:30 in the morning. It was still dark out, and seen a little girl standing in front of my car. And I got out to see if I could help her, because I was trying to figure out what she was doing out in the middle of the dark in this parking lot. And when I got out, I came around. But I realized that she was see-through. I'd ended up taking 3 photos of her before she disappeared, and only one of them turned out of the 3. Because usually when you ghost hunt, you always want to take 3 photos. Then you can compare all 3 and see if it's a reflection or if it's moving or any of that. It's really good to do if you ever ghost hunt. But the little girl, I believe, was buried out there somewhere in that parking lot, probably 100 years ago or so. Because this parking lot's run into a hospital here in Fort Wayne, and back in the 1800s, they used to steal bodies from the cemetery and sell them to the hospitals because back then they didn't allow that. So the doctors need to work on actual bodies to learn about the medicine and everything of the anatomy. And I believe this little girl was out there looking for her family. Because I kind of researched it, and there was actually, I think it was a reward. It was a couple $100 if this little girl had died at an early age, probably about 9 or 10, and her body was, they buried her and someone had stolen the body. And a lot of times the hospitals did this on the side without anyone knowing, then they just buried the body off to the side. And I'm thinking this might have happened to this little girl. But that's the feeling I get. I could be wrong, but that's just really strong. Comes through strongly. Okay, and what else we got here? There you got EVPs, or electronic voice phenomenon, where a lot of times you can use a recorder and the recorder will pick up voices that you can't hear. And this at first I didn't think it would really work, but after doing hours of recording and picking up voices in the room where no one was there, and you can't really explain that. Okay. Here, anyone? Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, a spirit box. Okay, spirit box is it's a box. Well, it's like an AM/FM radio, and it scans you can set it to AM or FM radio, and it scans through the channels really, really fast. And you ask it questions, and the spirits can kind of talk through this medium where the voice is going through, where you can ask it questions and it will answer. And we use this quite a bit when we're ghost hunting. And we've had it name people, like we were sitting around the table, and we had the ghost box that was saying each person's name. Well, it was really creepy because getting the names right is not a random accident or anything. The weirdest thing we did was we went out to a Civil War cemetery, and we're using the ghost box, and what we're receiving was messages in German. I don't speak German, but it was just coming through in German, but it was really creepy because I didn't expect that either. I'm thinking we probably, looking at the graves, most of them were German names, so we probably were talking to somebody from the other side. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to call or ask for a reading, or I can do like a one question reading for you and kind of give you a heads up on whatever you want to know about. Okay, there's shadow people too. I've never really seen shadow people, but I've heard in like certain remote places where they've done like really bad rituals, so that like at night there's like shadow people. I myself haven't seen them, but I wouldn't want to either. And I would never go to a place like that either, because if they're in your home, it's one thing trying to get rid of them, but if you're going to their home trying to mess with them, it won't turn out really well for you, I don't think. Okay. What's the ghost made out of? Well, see. Well, the idea is pretty much made out of possibly electricity or pretty much energy, I would think. I don't think anyone really knows what a ghost is made out of. But we do have different ways there's a way to detect them. You can use little handheld electro meters to see if they're around, but I don't know. Pretty much, I'm not sure what they're made out of. And if you ever go ghost hunting, never go by yourself. It's when some people like ghost hunting by themselves. You never want to do this. Pretty much just for the fact that if you see something really interesting or weird, no one's going to believe you. It's nice to have someone else there to back you up on any stories. Or if you're running through somewhere and trip on something and get injured, it's good to have someone who's there to help you. You just got to watch when you ghost hunt too. Most places don't want you there because of your liability. So if you want to ghost hunt on a cemetery at night or any private property, you definitely want to get a waiver signed, because you can get arrested for trespassing. And lately a lot of people have, because some people like destroying the cemeteries, just vandalizing them for no apparent reason, and they kind of take it out on ghost hunters on it, and everyone else, just keep everybody out of there. Okay, yeah. Do animals see ghosts? Yeah, definitely. I have cats and I've seen dogs. Cats can see more than we can, and they pick up more than we can. I believe in ancient Egypt, the pharaohs used to keep cats because they were supposed to be protectors against like the spirit world coming across, but cats would, I guess, protect them. But yeah, I believe animals can sense and see all that. Okay. Okay. They're asking if ghosts can cross water. Actually, around lime or water, water itself, it helps them appear, I believe. I mean, I don't know, it's some kind of thing with the water, but as far as crossing it, I have no idea on that either. According to what I've read, they can, but I don't know if anyone's really been able to prove that they can or any of that. Okay. Someone's asking about orbs, if I believe in orbs or... Well, a lot of times orbs can be a couple different things, because sometimes they may be dust or moving around their room. Other times they can just be like mosquitoes or bugs, the reflection off your camera and stuff, or off the light will make them glow kind of. And other times they're actual orbs where they can move around and move through stuff and move around all over the place. I've seen videos and seen these things, and it's like I can see a bug go by, but if it can go right through a wall, keep going, that's not a bug. That's definitely an orb. And usually the orbs are kind of like this spirit of a person making themselves known to you. Usually they'll fly through a room, or usually they have a lot of movement. Usually they just don't hover too much. Or sometimes they'll be really bright, where it's like they're shining a light back at you when there's no light shining on them. It's just like a round ball of light moving. I've seen a couple of these at a cemetery one night. I wasn't sure what to make out of those, but Okay. It's about someone hearing footsteps behind them or someone breathing behind them. This is actually pretty common. A lot of people get the sensation a lot of times it's someone trying to get your attention from the other side. Sometimes if it's kind of creeping you out, you can ask them to stop, and usually they will. Or if they're trying to tell you something, sometimes you can ask them to give you another sign or even come to you in your dreams, because sometimes they can do that if you ask them. They can appear in your dreams like relatives who already passed. And maybe you can talk to them, and maybe they can give you a message they want to give you. But usually it's nothing really, the message is nothing usually really big, because when they're over on the other side, you being over here is like a second in their time, it's nothing really big happens over here compared to what they got going on over there, but okay. Do ghosts come out during the day? Actually, they do, but they're harder to spot. It just seems at night they're easier. It's easier for them to make themselves known because it's more quiet, and usually like on a full moon they're more active. I don't know if it has to do with the magnetic thing in the moon or the electricity in the air. So usually that helps them get energy to manifest. Okay. Can go see you. Actually, I believe they can, because usually you figure that they've been here longer than you have, so they probably see you every day, and usually that's why they do stuff to you. It's kind of like they're there. Unless it'd be a lot more of a residual haunting, then I don't think they're just there, and it's just replaying, so I don't think they would even notice you. Or I don't know if it's just more like a snapshot that I don't think they were not even there. It's just my energy kind of locked in space. Okay, and if my house is haunted, can you remove the ghost? Well, depending. A lot of people don't mind it once they figure out who it is, or if it's not really threatening or doing anything bad to them. A lot of them don't mind it too much. They just live with it, But if you have kids or something and they're messing with your kids or moving stuff around, then you can, there's different ways of doing it too. You can have your house blessed, or I usually start out saging the house and asking them to leave. If you're like a trapped spirit in your house, sometimes you can light a candle and ask them to go to the light and move on. There's all kinds of different ways to do this, but you just want to be respectful if you do this, because some of these ghost hunter shows where they're being really rude and nasty towards the spirit, saying if you're here to do this, that, or the other thing, you don't want to do that. So you'll just make them angry at you, and that's not a good thing either. Definitely don't want to do that. Okay, and no, ghosts aren't evil either. And they have mutant ghosts or spirit. Usually they're just there, and sometimes I don't even think they realize they're there. Because sometimes I believe people die real suddenly and they don't realize they have passed. They're just still doing their normal thing every day, doing the cycle, and you're in their house and they can't figure out why, so. Or like all these movies like Poltergeist or whatever, and poltergeist is actually German for noisy ghost, but poltergeist sounds pretty scary, you know. But okay, okay, have I ever seen a ghost? Okay, actually quite a few. So a lot of people are like, well, if I seen a ghost, I'd run the other way. And pretty much after seeing some, I try to get as close as possible, try to communicate, because I think it'd be amazing, like kind of reaching out, you know, seeing what's, you know, talking to the other side would be amazing for me. But there are people saying they run, and I guess you're kind of new to everything. I could see why you want to run, you know, 'cause you really don't know what you're running into. Okay. Have you ever touched a ghost? Actually, I believe I had one walk through me once. And this was at work, though. It was really weird. I mean, it just felt like something ice cold walked right through the middle of me. And then, I mean, it was really strange. I got goosebumps and everything, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I know sometimes you can psych yourself up, you know, thinking this stuff, but this, I wasn't even thinking about anything. And I felt a cold breeze and something cold walk right through the middle of me and right through. A little bit unnerving, but it was kind of interesting. Well, I've never been scratched by a ghost either. Because on these TV shows, like, oh, I was scratched, the ghost did this, the ghost did that. And I think 99% of that is ratings. Because it looks good on the TV saying, well, I got attacked by a ghost, you know, and your TV show gets more popular. But I don't, for the most part, when I've never really ran into any, what would you say, mean ghosts or whatever, bite you or scratch you or any of that. I'm not seeing any of that. Okay. Haunted photos. Do I believe the haunted photos are like online, the ones they post? Well, the bad part about it is nowadays with Photoshop and all that stuff, you can put anything you want in a photo, you know, but some of the older photos where they have a group photo and there's somebody there who's pretty much transparent, or if they take a picture and there's someone standing back in the window, I think a lot of that's real too, you know. But nowadays it's just hard to pick out what's real and what's fake, with everyone trying to have like some amazing ghost picture of some sort. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so it's talking about at night they have in the middle of the night, a shadow will go room to room, looking in their room at night, and they're wondering what this is. Okay. Depending, it can be quite a few things, but a lot of times, I mean, they're sometimes relatives, if you have inherited their house, or maybe they're coming back to check on you, will do that. They can come back and kind of keep an eye on you. But for the most part, I don't know if I'd be really afraid of this too much. But I mean, you can always sage and do all that if you'd like. But it just doesn't seem anything too bad for you going on. Okay, haunted dolls. Okay, haunted dolls. I don't care for dolls anyways. I have friends who collect those things. The porcelain head dolls, the ugly, spooky eye dolls. I have nothing to do with that either. I get a bad vibe from that. Usually, if I get a bad vibe, I'm out of there. It's like, if something's telling me you don't need to be here, I listen. And it's something good to do, you know. Because maybe somebody in the back of your head saying you don't need to be here, you need to run away. But yeah, I don't collect or mess with any haunted dolls whatsoever. Do I believe in mythical creatures like there's leprechauns, gnomes, unicorns, Bigfoot? Not so much. I don't know. I've never really got into any of that or really looked for any of that. I don't know. As far as finding Bigfoot, he must be the Bigfoot or the Yeti or whatever you want to call him must be real highly intelligent, of high intelligence just for the fact that he's been creeping around for the last couple of thousand years and no one found him yet. I mean, he must be a genius because with the technology we have, they have a Bigfoot running around, we can't see him. He must have better technology than we got. Okay. Okay. We go. Aliens. As far as aliens, I guess I believe in them. I don't. That's not my thing. It doesn't really interest me, so I don't really get into the alien part of things. I'm pretty much into this supernatural myself. You know, that's what interests me. But thinking that we're the only inhabited planet in the whole galaxy is kind of, I mean, there's got to be other people out there. I mean, just having one planet out of billions, there's got, you know, there's got to be somebody out there. I feel, okay, here we go. Yeah, I feel someone's watching me in my house all the time. Okay. That was me, I guess. Yeah, I'd figure out what time. I mean, if it's all the time, there might be some medical thing to it, but if it's like at night or something, maybe. I look at all the options, though. I mean, with that, I mean, I'd start out, I'd definitely sage your house and kind of look around, see what you got laying around, like antique-wise. Maybe put some of this stuff in storage for a little while to see if that helps. You know, sometimes, actually, you naturally go like to the store and bring somebody home with you. I mean, there's like wandering spirits who kind of latch on you and just come home with you to hang out. And some of them aren't the nicest either, but since they don't belong there, they're fairly easy to get rid of just with a blessing or saging your house again. That usually works pretty good to get rid of them. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, have you ever had like toys go off in the middle of the night? Actually, like kids' toys, yes, I have. And I mean, like sometimes when the batteries go dead, the toys will go off. But other times when the toy playing music or moving around or the lights are flashing, and there's no batteries in it, I've had that happen too. So I don't know. Someone's trying to get, I mean, if that's happening to you, someone's definitely trying to get your attention. Okay, they're asking if like scary movies you watch on TV or movies can bring stuff into your house by watching them. I would think it would be possible, though, depending on the movie and what's going on in the movie and what kind of context they're using. And it could be, actually, with it going on, it could probably draw something through your home. Okay, someone's asking if the paranormal is real. Definitely, it's real. A lot of people like taking the stance that, there's no ghost, there's no this, there's no that. Being a ghost hunter, I have a lot of people say I don't believe in ghosts, but they always have a family ghost story to tell. So I'm like, well, you don't believe, but then you believe this ghost story that's been passed down through the family then. So there's definitely paranormal stuff happening out there. Okay, is there an afterlife? Yeah, I believe that too. I believe there is a life after death and all that. I believe that, but I believe actually reincarnation, just from doing the psychic thing, running people I kind of know. They appear to me, I know who they are, but they're from past lives I've already lived, which is kind of strange to say, but I really do believe that. I have people around me from past lives who are here with me they're on the spirit world, but they're here with me, kind of protecting me and being with me. And I have family members appear to me from the past, and I remember who they are when they appear to me. Sounds kind of strange and everything, but yeah, the reincarnation thing, I believe that does happen. These people keep coming back and gaining more knowledge. Let's see what else we got here. And about remote viewing, okay. I don't know a whole lot about remote viewing, but I do believe it's possible, though, where people can kind of leave their body and I think that's what that is. See other things. Or supposed to be out here. Okay. See, being a psychic is bad or evil or something? No. Pretty much what I do to help other people. I can see, because some people feel that using the gift of being a psychic is a bad thing. I really don't, because I've helped a lot of people with my gifts, from giving them messages to giving readings, which half time I don't remember, because usually when I give a reading, it's for them, not me. So after the reading, half time I don't remember what I told them. A lot of times people will come back and tell me, hey, remember what you told me? And I'm like, no. It works better for me if I don't really pay attention. I just let the spirit speak through me and let the person know the message they need to know. Yeah, here. Okay, you got to be certified to be a psychic. Actually, no. Not that it might help, I guess, but like with being a psychic, keeping an open mind and knowing that you can always learn more. That's like with anything. Once you decide you know everything, you pretty much know nothing. It's always good to keep learning and try to move forward with learning new stuff, because stuff's changing all the time. And it's good to keep on track with the new stuff or with other ideas, what will help you with your own. Okay, do I believe in angels? Actually, I do. Interesting. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of angels out there, I believe. There's some you don't realize are even angels. I think they're among us, helping other people and helping us and ourselves, and we don't even know it. They're out there all over the place. Okay. Where do you get sage? Okay. You're looking for sage, so a lot of times you can get it at metaphysical shops all over the place. You can do that, or you can grow your own. Sage, you pretty much just dry it out, and you can burn that and use that to cleanse your house. That's something they've been doing for hundreds of years, and it actually works. Plus, it makes your house smell pretty good. Stones and crystals. I do have a couple of those, but I don't really know a whole lot about them. I mean, I know how they kind of work, but I want to do more research into it and figure out more about those. Okay, healing oils. The healing oils are, I have a lot of friends at work who use those, and friends on here who actually use and sell them, and they're actually really good. They're less toxic than the medicines you buy at the store. The medicine they give you, it's not, because a lot of the medicines you get now always have a bad, or they do have a side effect of some sort, painkillers and stuff. It's really bad for your liver and your kidneys. And if you can find something more natural, then it will be less stress on your kidneys and stuff and your liver. But if you can go natural, it's always a good thing. What else we got here? Okay. When I receive a message, every psychic is a little bit different. Some of them can talk to a spirit guide or spirit get a message for you. What I do is I kind of read the energy of the person, and through their energy, I can get a message. So I don't really talk to a spirit guide or spirit of some sort to get my messages. It's just the energy I pick up on somebody is what I do. And depending on what your energy is, I mean, I can get auras or auras. I can get those. I can get past lives, things what happened in the past, future, or what's coming. Depending on each person, is what I get. It can be multi-range of things. It's like every person I read, I get something a little bit different for. That makes it interesting, though. Okay, our seance is real. I think they are if they're done by the right people, but I mean, like anything else, if someone can make a quick buck, I can see them scamming you maybe, but I do believe that's a real thing, but depending on if that's what, get your friends together and do that would be, I've never been to a seance myself, but I guess if that works for you, I'd rather be one-on-one with a psychic, just getting a message so I know it's from just me and not somebody else. Okay, we're getting to the end of the show here. Hope I answered some of the questions people want to hear about. But if anyone wants to know about anything like psychic or paranormal wise, or feel free to call or text message me. Paranormal Psychic, I'm on Facebook. And don't forget, we got a lot of other people on Goldilocks Productions. We got a whole group of people into all kinds of stuff. What's really interesting, so if the paranormal is not your thing, we got a whole bunch of other stuff with it. I find it really interesting. You probably will too. Okay, well, it's getting the end of the hour here, but thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back next Thursday at 9, so be sure to show up.